Om Shanti. Today's Murli Essence. Sweet children, all your desires are now being fulfilled and your stomachs are becoming full. The Father has come to make you souls fully satisfied. Question. You children no longer perform devotion, and yet, how are you definitely still devotees? Answer. For as long as you have body consciousness, you are devotees. You are studying to become knowledgeable. When you pass your examinations and become karmatit, you will be called completely knowledgeable. There will then be no need to study. Om Shanti. There are two things, God and the devotees, children and the Father. There are many devotees, but there is only the one God. You children find these things very easy. Souls perform devotion through their bodies. Why? To meet God the Father. You devotees have now understood the drama. When you souls have become completely knowledgeable, you won't remain here. When you pass an examination while studying at school, you go to the next class. God is now teaching you. Knowledgeable souls have no need to study. God is teaching devotees. You know that we souls used to perform devotion. The Father is teaching us how we can move away from devotion and enter into this knowledge. We don't perform devotion now, but we still become body conscious. You understand that those devotees don't even know God. They themselves say, we do not know. The Father also asks those who were number one devotees, did you know the God whose devotees you were? In fact, there has to be only the one God. Here there are so many gods. They continue to call themselves God. That is called ignorance. There is extreme darkness in devotion. That is the path of devotion. Devotees sing. When the Satguru gives the ointment of knowledge, the darkness of ignorance is dispelled. Gurus cannot give the ointment of this knowledge. There are many gurus. You children know what you used to do in devotion, whom you used to remember and whom you used to worship. You have now become free from that darkness of devotion because you now know the Father. The Father has given you his introduction. Sweetest children, you are souls. You play your parts through those bodies. Your knowledge is unlimited. You continue to play unlimited parts. You have left the limited and gone into the unlimited. This world population has also become unlimited by expanding, and it will then definitely become limited. You children now know how you go from the limited into the unlimited and the unlimited into the limited. Each soul is like a tiny star. People understand this, and yet they make such a huge lingam image. What can they do because they cannot worship a tiny point? They say, a star shines in the center of the forehead. But how can they worship that star? No one knows God, but they know about souls. Each soul resides in the center of a forehead. That's all. It doesn't enter their intellects that each soul takes a body and plays his part. You were the first ones who performed worship. You used to make huge lingams. People continue to make bigger and bigger images of Raven day by day. They cannot make smaller images of Raven. Human beings are at first small and then they become big. They never show Raven as small. He doesn't become big or small. He is not physical. The 5 vices are called Raven. There is growth of the 5 vices because people continue to become tamapradhan. Previously, there wasn't so much body consciousness, but it has continued to increase. They worship one and then worship another, and it has continued to grow in that way. Souls have become tamapradhan. The intellects of no other human beings in the world are aware of when they are Satapradhan and when they become tamapradhan. People are completely ignorant of these things. This knowledge is not difficult. The Father comes and gives you completely easy knowledge. He teaches you that. Even then, there is just the essence of the study that remains. We souls are children of the Father. We have to remember the Father. It is also remembered that only a handful out of multimillions emerged. Only a handful out of multimillions know the Father accurately. Whom do they know accurately? The Father. They ask, can the Father be like that? Everyone knows their Father, so why have they forgotten the Father? This is called the game of a maze. There are limited fathers and there is the unlimited Father. You receive an inheritance from the two fathers. You receive a small inheritance from a limited Father. Day by day, it gradually becomes very little. It is as though it is nothing. Until the unlimited Father comes, your stomachs cannot become full. Your stomachs become completely empty. The Father comes and fills your stomachs. In every aspect, He fills your stomachs in such a way that you children no longer need anything. He fulfills all your desires and you become fully satisfied souls, just as a departed soul becomes satisfied when the Brahmin priest is fed. This is unlimited satisfaction. Look how much difference there is. Look how much difference there is between the limited satisfaction of souls and the unlimited satisfaction of souls. By knowing the Father, you become satisfied because the Father is making you into the masters of heaven. You children know that you are children of the unlimited Father. Everyone remembers the Father. Even though some people say that this is nature, the elements, and that they will merge into the Brahm element, the Father has told you that no one can merge into the Brahm element. This is an eternal drama that continues to turn. There is no need at all to become confused about this. The cycle of the 4 ages continues to turn. It will continue to repeat identically. There is just the one Father and also only one world. Those people beat their heads so much and think that there is a world on the moon or in the stars. They look for that so much. They even think of buying a plot of land on the moon, but how would that be possible? Whom would they pay? That is called the arrogance of science. However, there is nothing really there. People continue to try to do things, but it is all the pomp of Maya. They have an even greater show than that of heaven. They have completely forgotten heaven. There was limitless wealth in heaven. Look how much wealth they took away from just the one temple. There was so much wealth in Bharat alone. All the treasure stores were overflowing. Mahmud Ghaznavi came and looted everything. You remain powerful for half a cycle, and there is no mention of stealing, etc. There is no kingdom of Raven at that time. As soon as the kingdom of Raven begins, the stealing, looting, and fighting, etc. begin. People mention the name of Raven, but Raven is not a being. That is just the existence of the vices. Look what people do for Raven, they celebrate so much. You too used to celebrate Dashera. People used to go and see how they burn an effigy of Raven, and then they would go to loot the gold, collect a yellow parasite from trees. What was that? You now wonder about all of those things. Look what you became and how much worshipping you used to do. When they have a big day, look what they continue to do. The path of devotion is like playing with dolls, and you know for how long it continues. They didn't do so much in the beginning. Then, expansion gradually took place, and look what the condition has now become. Why do they spend so much money on images and on building temples? All of that is a waste of money. They spend hundreds of thousands of rupees on building temples, etc. The Father sits here and explains to you with so much love, I gave you children so much wealth. So where did you lose it all? Look what you have become in the kingdom of Raven from what you were. It isn't that you have to remain happy by thinking that it is the will of God. That is not the will of God. That is the will of Maya. You are now receiving your fortune of the kingdom of God, where there is no question of sorrow. It is now that you receive the understanding of how much difference there is between God's will and Maya's will, but that too is number-wise according to your efforts. You can understand which ones receive the injection of this knowledge. So-and-so has been injected well with the injection of this knowledge. So-and-so has been injected less and so-and-so has not been injected at all. Only Baba knows this. Everything depends on your service. It is only from your service that the Father can tell you, this one has not been injected at all. He doesn't know how to do service at all. There are also some who have been injected with this knowledge more, whereas others have not been injected at all. It is said, when the Satguru gives the ointment of knowledge, the darkness of ignorance is dispelled. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is the ocean of knowledge and the ocean of happiness. People have then said that He is in the pebbles and stones. You children should have so much faith that the unlimited Father is giving you unlimited happiness. You sing, Unlimited Baba, when you come, we will belong to you and we will only follow your directions. On the path of devotion, you don't even know the Father. This part is only performed at this time. It is only now that the Father teaches you. You know that this part of studying will continue again after 50-100 years. The Father will come again after 50-100 years. All souls are brothers and then they adopt bodies and play their parts. The human world also continues to grow. There is a stock of souls. Just as the stock of human beings comes to an end, to that extent there will be a stock of souls there. There cannot be one more or one less actor. All of you are unlimited actors. You have all received eternal parts. This is wonderful. You children have now become so sensible. This study is so elevated. It is the Father, the ocean of knowledge Himself, who is teaching you. All the rest are oceans of devotion. Just as there is respect for devotion, so there is also respect for this knowledge. People make so many donations and perform so much charity on the path of devotion in the name of God. This is because such big Vedas and scriptures are created. You children have now received understanding of the difference between devotion and this knowledge. Such broad and unlimited intellects are needed. Your vision would never be drawn to anyone. Would you say, I want to see the king or queen? What is there to see in them? You don't have any desires in your hearts. All of this is going to be destroyed. Whatever everyone has, it is going to be destroyed. The stomach only wants 2 chapatis, but people commit so much sin even for that. At this time there is nothing but sin in the world. The stomach makes you commit a lot of sin. People continue to slander others. They even earn a lot of money. They hide so much money, but what can the government do? However, no matter how much someone may try to hide it, it cannot remain hidden. There will now also be natural calamities. Only a little more time remains. The Father says, you can do whatever you want for the livelihood of your bodies. You are not forbidden to do that. The mercury of happiness of you children should always remain high. Constantly remember the Father and the inheritance. The Father is making you into the masters of the whole world. All the earth and sky will belong to you. There are no limitations at that time. You children know that you were the masters. Bharat is remembered as an imperishable land. You children should have a lot of happiness. There is also happiness in limited studies, but this is an unlimited study that the unlimited Father is teaching you. You should remember such a Father. You children can understand what physical businesses etc. are. They are nothing at all, whereas what is the inheritance we receive from the Father? There is the difference of day and night. While continuing with your worldly businesses etc., you can still claim a double crown. The Father has come to teach you children, and so you should remain happy. You have to continue to do all the other work too. You understand that this world is old. All preparations are being made for its destruction. They perform such acts that there is fear of a big war starting. All of that has to happen according to the drama. It isn't that God is making it happen. It is fixed in the drama. If not today, then tomorrow destruction has to take place. You are now studying. A new world is definitely needed for you. You should remember these things and become happy inside. Baba has taken this chariot, but this one doesn't have anything. He renounced everything. What would I do with this when I am receiving an unlimited sovereignty? Baba had a song composed. When the first one found Allah, what would he do with this donkeyship? He also gave away everything he had, more or less, and wound everything up completely. He even gave his body to Baba. Oh, I am going to become a master of the world. I have become a master many times. It is so easy. You may live at home, but consider yourselves to be souls and remember the Father. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long-lost and now found children. Love, remembrance and good morning from the Mother. The Father Bapta. The spiritual father says namaste to the spiritual children. Essence for Dharna. 1. You have to become fully satisfied and have a broad and unlimited intellect so that your vision is not drawn to anything else. Let there be no desires in your heart because all of this is to be destroyed. 2. While acting for the livelihood of your body, let your mercury of happiness remain constantly high. Remember the Father and the inheritance. Remove your intellect away from everything limited and always keep it in the unlimited. Blessing. May you become double light by making intense effort and cross all situations while experiencing entertainment. Some children say, generally I am fine, but there is this bondage of samskars with other people or with the atmosphere. No matter what the reason may be or how it may be, an intense effort maker will cross all situations as though they are nothing. Such a soul constantly experiences entertainment. Such a stage is called the flying stage, and the sign of the flying stage is being double light. No type of burden can take such a soul into any upheaval. Slogan. Make every virtue and every aspect of knowledge your original samskar / Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba.